Thanks for joining us again on Into the Mystic Sailing. Sorry, I'm just getting over a bit of a cold, so the voice sounds a little deeper than normal. So for all you Barry White fans, congratulations. We are leaving Morningstar Marina on the Golden Isles, St. Simons, Georgia. We have a really short run today. It's only about 8 miles, but we're going to go over to Jekyll Island, which has a wild, long storied history, and lots of cool things on there. There's Driftwood Beach. There's a turtle rehab center. There's lots going on over there. So this is just me walking down the dock in St. Simons Island on the final morning that we're getting ready to leave. If you could see good enough, if the camera zoomed in far enough, you can actually see Jekyll Island from this vantage point. Like I said, it's just an 8-mile skip across, but we're looking forward to getting to Jekyll Isle and to see some of the cool sights and sounds over there. After a quick trip across from St. Simons, we get to Jekyll Island Harbor Marina. They have a pool, a hot tub, a little gift shop kind of a thing with shirts and hats and different stuff like that. The grounds are gorgeous. It's a working marina, so there's lots of people running around doing good stuff. You're close to everything. One of the cool things that they have free bicycles, and they also have a free courtesy car that just happened to be a Lexus. We thought we were living pretty high that day. We took the Lexus out for a couple of days. They give you 3 hours to be able to do all of the stuff that you need to do. So we borrowed it for a couple of days. It was kind of cool while we were there, but gorgeous nonetheless. Once you get to Jekyll Island, it is almost imperative that you have to go see the famous Driftwood Beach. If you're looking for a unique beach, one that you've probably never seen before, this beach is constantly ranked as one of the prettiest and most picturesque in all of the U.S. Driftwood Beach on Jekyll Island, definitely worth a visit. Obviously, it's named for the abundance of driftwood that you find along its shoreline there, especially gorgeous like sunrise or sunsets, but anytime is really beautiful. It's created by erosion over the years. It's a phenomenon that you just can't find anywhere else. It's just stunning to walk along a beach that has been littered with driftwood from trees that grew and the tide came up, killed the trees, but the trees are still there. So through storms and hurricanes and the rise and the falling tides, This is what you see on Driftwood Beach. Jekyll Island is such a unique place. My sister Sherry uh, has always loved Jekyll Island, so we had to stop. It's one of the islands located in Glenn County. It's one of the Sea Islands and one of the Golden Isles of Georgia's Barrier Islands. The island is now owned by the state of Georgia, but it obviously wasn't always that way. Long ago, it was seasonably used by indigenous people. Europeans came, lots of change over the years, of course. The French were there for a while. Pirates, plantations eventually were developed on the island during the British colonial period. A few of those structures still stand. They're called tabby structures, and that's a coastal building material that they used. They would crush oyster shells and mix it with sand and water to form a kind of a concrete, and you can still see one of the few remaining structures still on the island. You can walk around it anytime you want. The island was developed in the late 19th and 20th century. It became a playground for the rich and famous, golf courses, hunting, boating, fishing, those kinds of things. People like J.P. Morgan, William Rockefeller, Joseph Pulitzer, Vanderbilt, Marshall Field, the department store magnate, to name just a few. Their, quote, cottages, we would call them mansions still, are still on the island. You can see them. They had a little utopian society there, I'm sure. They had places that did bicycle repairs or boat repairs. It was just a literal playground for the rich. You can also visit Georgia's only sea turtle education rehabilitation center, the Georgia Sea Turtle Center. They open it up to the public, give you a chance to learn about sea turtles. You can see the rehabilitation in action. They are big turtles and small turtles, lots of activities and exhibits. It's year-round. It's an indoor and outdoor facility. Again, they rehab turtles there, so if a turtle is injured, they are brought here to the Georgia Sea Turtle Center, where they're rehabbed, put back into wildlife, and turned free. Just gorgeous to watch them run around. So we're driving along. I look out the passenger window and I see an armadillo, not something you see every day. We stop, roll down the window. This guy could not have cared less that we were there, but we got to watch him do armadillo stuff on the side of the road while we just sat and watched him. As I mentioned earlier, Jekyll Island was a playground for the rich, the uber wealthy, for a long time. In the middle section, there's a 240-acre historic district. It includes most of the buildings erected during what was the Jekyll Island Club era, where the rich people came to play. They've been carefully preserved. Lots of gorgeous mansions, views that are just stunning. 33 of the buildings from the late 19th and early 20th century surround a hotel that you can stay at there. Some of the cottages offer rooms for rent for temporary stays. Others are now art galleries or bookstores or museums. The hotel itself is stunning. You can only imagine what it must have been like at its heyday, but it is beyond fabulous still. So as you're walking by the hotel, you see this gorgeous 1948 Buick called the Falcon. It was driven by Humphrey Bogart in the Maltese Falcon, and you can rent this for a wedding. They will drive you to the hotel or drive you back from the hotel in this gorgeous 1948 Buick that just parks out front for you to take pictures of. Jekyll Island is stunning. It's one of the rare places that you get to see where you can feel like you step back in time a little bit to see what life must have been like for the uber wealthy who lived nothing like what we do. So we're going to leave you this week on the beaches of Jekyll Island, Georgia. When we pick it back up next week, we're headed to Fernandina Beach Marina in Florida. That will be our 12th state since we left the great state of Michigan. We really appreciate you watching, subscribing, commenting, your questions, your encouragement. Really, really means a lot to us. We can't thank you enough for it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week on Into the Mystic Sailing.